Assalamu alaikum dear students. My name is Muhammad Asif, and in this video lecture series we are learning visual programming. Students, this is week number 6, lab number 6 and lab video number 10. Students, in our previous lab class we have learned about constructor function, that how it will be implemented within the C#. We have also learned that how to pass the arguments to the constructor function with the help of programming examples. Then we have learned about the destructor function, that how this destructor function will be implemented within the C#.NET framework. So student, in our today's lab class, we will be learning first what is constructor overloading, mean how it will be implemented, because we have already learned about the theoretical portion of the constructor function within our theory class. So in our lab class, we will be implementing and solving few programming example about constructor overloading using C#. We will also be learning and implementing the constructor chaining with the help of programming example. So now let's start our lab class. So in this video lecture today we will be learning two topics, that is constructor overloading and the second topic is constructor chaining. And in our previous lecture we have learned about constructor and destructor function. So let's start our today's topic, that is constructor overloading. What is constructor overloading? That more than one constructor functions and having different parameters. Second point, each constructor will be called with the help constructor. So this is constructor theoretically mean that we will be having more than one constructor function. How it will be differentiated? With the help of parameters. Each constructor will be called with one object. So let's implement a constructor. So public, let's say name of the class is program, so we will make it program. First constructor function is by default constructor console dot write line and print a message constructor with a 0 parameter. So let's make a copy, Control C, Control V, constructor with one argument x. Then again copy and paste constructor with the two arguments. So constructor with a 0 argument, constructor with one argument and two arguments. So all of them are a constructor. So we have more than one function, so they are constructor overloading. How it will be differentiated? With the help of different parameters. So now let's call these constructor function. So within the main function, let's create the object. So let's see, the class name is program. OB is equal to, let's say OB1 is equal to new and then program. Okay, once this constructor this object is created, this object having 0 arguments, so constructor by default constructor will be called. If you want to call the remaining constructor, you must have to create the object for that constructor as well. So object number 2 is equal to new, then program. Now this constructor, if you didn't send the argument 1 or 2 argument, then it will call the 0 constructor function. So if we send, let's say, 1 argument to this constructor, then to this object, then this constructor, the 1 argument constructor, will be called. Third, let's say create a third object. So again, if we want to call this 2 argument constructor, we must have to send the 2 arguments. So let's see, console dot read key. So let's execute. You can easily see that constructor with a 0 parameter, constructor with a 1 parameter, and constructor with a constructor with a 2 parameter is called. So this topic is so simple, but you must have more than one function with the same name but different parameters. How these constructors will be called? You have to create object for each constructor and have to pass that number of parameter which is required by the constructor. So that's the end of constructor overloading. Okay, now let's start the constructor chaining. As the name suggests, the constructor chaining. Chaining means connecting one constructor function with the second one. Mean connecting the first constructor with the second one, second with the third one, and so on. So, but the question arises how to chain them. How to chain them with each other. So let's start constructor chaining. As you can see, we already created constructor number 1, 2, and 3 constructor. If I want to connect constructor number 1 with the constructor number 2, and constructor number 2 should be connected with the constructor number 3. So let's say this is constructor number 1, this is constructor number 2, and this is constructor number 3. So if I want that this constructor having 0 argument should be connected with the constructor number 2 having 1 argument, so we will be using the colon. After this, we will be using this keyword. This is a keyword which is by default object of that class, of program class. So again, we are connecting 0 argument constructor, so we will be sending 0 parameters. Number 1. Number 2, if we want to connect constructor having 1 argument with the constructor number 3, so again we will be using the colon. After this keyword, which is the by default object of program class, and will be sending 1 argument because we want to connect 1 argument constructor. So let's say we send 100. Okay, now we have just connected 3 constructor function. This constructor function is connected with the second one. Second is connected with the third one. So now we will require only one object to call these constructor function. So the last constructor that we have to call, that is constructor number 3. So for this we have just created already the object number 3 and we are passing 2 arguments. So this constructor will be called having two arguments, but when the control comes to the constructor number 3, here this constructor is connected with the constructor having having one argument. So the control will directly pass to the constructor number 2, which is having one argument, but again this constructor is connected with the constructor having 0 argument. So the controls go to the constructor number 1, which is having 0 argument. So this constructor is not connected with any constructor, so this constructor function will be executed. So the constructor the message will be printed. After this it will comes to the function where it comes. So this function will be called. After this it will go to the control goes to the function where it comes. So this function will be called. So if you can see, let's start. 0 argument, 0 parameter, then 1 parameter, and the 2 parameter message was printed. So if you can see, this time we need only one object. With the help of one object, we have just called 3 constructor function, but these constructor function are connected in a sequence that this function is called first, but this connected with the second one, and second one was connected with the first one. So this is constructor chaining. So now if we want what about the arguments? So let's see, we want to print the argument as well. So let's say x and y. Here we will be printing the argument x. So let's see again, let's print. If you can see that this function, the 0 parameter function, is called first, then 100 is printed because we send it 100 to this function, which is one argument within the x, and x is printed. And having 2 argument, printing 3 and 4 because we have sent 3 and 4 to this function. If you want to connect these function in a reverse order, let's say I want this 2 argument function should be connected with this 1 argument constructor, and 1 argument constructor should be connected with a 0 argument constructor. So let's see how. Let's see colon this, and let's see, we want to connect 2 argument functions, so we have to send 2 arguments, 2 static arguments, then, and the 1 argument constructor function should be connected with a 0 constructor. So again colon this, and should send 1 argument. Let's say the argument should be 100. So again we will be calling 0 argument function, but when the controls come to this constructor, it will see that this constructor is connected with the 1 argument constructor, so the control will go directly to the constructor number 2, but this constructor is also connected with the 2 argument constructor, so the control goes to the 2 argument constructor. So now this constructor is not connected with any function, so the first function will be executed. So xy will be printed. So the xy will be 200 and 300, and after that the control goes back to the constructor having argument 1, and so on. So let's start execute this program. If you can see, first we have a constructor having 2 argument first executed, then constructor having one argument is executed, and after this we have connected we have called the constructor number 0 parameter. So this is all about the constructor chaining, that we have chained one constructor with a second constructor and so on. So the chaining constructor is required only one object to call all these constructor function. So student, this is all about constructor chaining and constructor overloading. If you have any query or question, you may ask me on my official email address, that is asif@northern.edu.pk. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.